Do you have like dream contestants?
I'm kind of interested in anyone.
Yeah.
Even like a Trump situation.
You'd have Trump on Taskmaster.
I really enjoyed selecting these things, but I've got my 5 and then stopped. I was happy with them immediately.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I've picked a French horn.
Okay.
A musical instrument from the brass department.
Yes.
Which I used to play when I was a kid. When I was 10 years old, I picked up the French horn because, as you might notice, it's the same name as my name. So I thought that's hilarious as a kid.
Yes.
Thought Alex Horne played the French horn. That's funny.
Yeah. Imagine if you'd been called Andrew Recorder. The excitement of that.
Wrong instrument to pick. Too difficult. Gave it up when I was 15. I gave it up. Never got over grade 3. I could play the theme tune to Dallas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that coming at the end of that. What is the theme tune to Dallas?
Yeah, played on a French horn. So it's a good one for a French horn player.
Yeah, but it's also a real window into the 80s.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I found it really saucy.
Well, it's a saucy theme tune, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like you instantly,
racy.
It feels very like, oh, you're probably gonna see some tits and you will like them. It sort of is that.
Yeah, for my 13-year-old head. Yeah.
Imagine if like theme tunes sort of just gave it away. That'd be so funny.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna really happen. Why do they not visit other bits of London?
They really should, shouldn't they?
Oh, it's grim up north. Here's the cat. Yeah, that is fascinating. You picked it because it had your surname. There's no glamour to it. There's instant glamour. Guitar.
Yeah. Even trumpet is more glamorous.
Yeah.
You get that out of a football match or a cricket match.
That's what I mean. Yeah, but it creates. There's certain instruments that create a sense of cool and mystique and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's from the tests.
Exactly, and it just
Billy. Yeah.
It's sort of. But it could be worse. You could have got the triangle. Do you know what I mean? That's the lowest rung of all the instruments, I would say, where it's basically you were handed out the percussion instruments and then the teacher went, right, you bang metal on metal.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
At the right time once, probably.
And you get it at the right time.
Yeah.
Or you go into the other school.
Yeah.
But it's
at least not cool, yeah. Even piano's good because you have a piano in a pub, you can sit there and have a little play.
And also there's a sort of like, it almost feels like the piano is like the Guinness of the musical world.
Yeah.
It's sort of
honest,
like,
isn't it?
It's honest, and there's a degree of sort of hinting intellect behind it.
Yeah.
Oh,
when I see musicians like those ones in King's Cross Station who just sit down and play.
Incredible.
So jealous of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always suspicious of their motives.
Yeah, well, you see a lot of them now, and but it is special.
Is it the recording themselves from 4 angles that makes you suspicious of their motive?
That's it. It's when they've got a power with them.
I mean, if you had a microphone there set up for stand-up, do you think people would just have a go?
I guess it would. I mean, Mark Watson straight away. It just feels like that would
he's
be
never leaving.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, geez, he's so good, man. He's done every train station. What do you regret having given up the horn?
I regret having started the horn.
Oh, I see.
So I've still got it. It's also so unglamorous. Mine was in 2 parts. They were all expensive, but I know mine cost £550. It was a huge outlay by my parents at the time.
And it's a really dainty rifle to put together.
Yes, you had to screw it together. So it came in a sort of briefcase. It looked like the wrong shape for one. You can get better ones. Which
instantly, having a briefcase as a child is a tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put yourself into a box there.
Yeah. So I regret starting it, and then I regret giving it up. But I had awful braces when I was a kid, which didn't really work in the end. So eventually the mouthpiece became too painful. That was my excuse for giving up. It was not really true. I was just found it so tough, and I got I used to get cramp a lot when I was a kid. No, just sort of after sport.
Oh, growing pains.
No, like just sort of cramp. Like footballers do after 90 minutes, that.
Just a lot of lactic acid.
And I remember sitting in orchestra with my horn, waiting for my bit, being terrified that I was going to get it wrong because you get shouted at. And you have to straighten your leg when you get cramp. And I remember straightening my leg and kicking the violinist in front of me. And that was my last straw. And after that, I said, I can't do this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
The cramp's not relevant.
no, but it kind of is though, isn't it? It's sort of like, so you were just struggling because you clearly you're going, oh God, I'm going to get cramp again. I'm going to get cramp.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to concentrate.
And also, it's your school day. You've got your lessons, which you might or might not enjoy. Then you've got football, which you do enjoy. And then you've got orchestra, which I didn't enjoy.
Yeah.
And it's just one of the worst bits of my childhood, really. But then I really, now I'm sort of in this band of my friends who were kids who then carried
The
on.
horn section.
Yeah, and they carried on. So my two best friends were a drummer and a trumpeter. And I went to Chichester Youth Orchestra with them once and didn't survive. But they carried on. And I don't wish I'd carried on, but I wish I was a musician because it's so cool.
Can any of them play the French horn?
Oh, yeah, I mean, better than I could. Yeah, they can
Very,
play.
very melancholy.
Yeah.
How do I? Yeah.
French horn. It
It's
has
quite muted, isn't it?
Of all the military positions in the US Army, the greatest suicide rate is among the French horn players.
No.
Of,
Really?
of everything.
Whoa.
I don't think they're linked.
That's just a hobby they have, or are they playing the French horn in the army? Are they?
It's a meaningless statistic, but quite curious.
Yeah, it is curious, isn't it? Like,
It's made me quite upset.
But good. Thank God you
I
gave
like
up.
killing people, and I like an instrument that can create a melancholy tone. But I'm not like for this one. Like, it's just this so much going on.
Yeah.
More cheerily, Ewan McGregor plays the French horn.
And we're back.
Yeah. But now I'm worried about his health.
Yeah, exactly.
I do feel like you say that now, and I feel now I've got more in common with you and McGregor. And when
You could tell him that.
Yeah.
Straight away, it's a hey.
Yeah, we've got that.
When he's on the next series of Taskmaster.
Well, he'd be a great
Do you
contestant.
know, he'd probably be up for it.
Yeah,
Would he?
He would, yeah.
Why not?
Do you know him?
No.
No.
But if you got in touch and said, I used to play the French horn.
Still got it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'll get.
an ass.
Yeah.
I've like if you look just at my chin, I look a bit like Liam Neeson. Like, if you cover everything up,
Yeah.
then it's Liam Neeson. So you could probably
Yeah, okay.
FaceTime him.
Are you talking about my chin?
Your chin. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you,
FaceTime
Russell.
him and go, hello, yeah, how you doing? Like that.
There's
It's me.
a lot of ifs there.
But you might be able to do it.
I agree he'd be a good contestant.
He'd be a fun. Yeah.
I'm not-
And let's disagree on the way to get him.
Yeah,
there. yeah. Fine. Agreed. Like pretending to be a friend of his.
Liam, why can't that's not how you do it.
Liam. And I don't think you play the French horn, do you, Liam? So yeah. Like, why's your number coming up different? Because we spoke the other day. I've got a new phone. He would be good. Do you have like dream contestants in your head?
Well, I do, but they're mainly whatever comedian I'm into. There's still comedians in my head, really, the dream ones. Mm-hmm. Partly because if you go for people who are outside of comedians, then I'm kind of interested in anyone.
Yeah.
Even like a Trump situation.
You'd have Trump on
Partly
Taskmaster.
get him out of the system.
Yeah.
But I like.
But I'm not sure he'd be willing to.
I'm not a fan. Just so
No. But I don't think he would. Like, if Greg said that he hadn't won, it'd be like fake. That's fake.
You'd be watching that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but you would. But you're like, I won that. I mean, I lost my temper on one of them, and I remember bringing it up because one of the tasks was you had a minute to win over an old lady, and the old lady said to me, "You're my favourite." And I was like, well, I've won this. She said, out of all of them, you're my
She's
favourite.
still going, by the way. I see her occasionally.
Great.
Yeah.
But and I remember I didn't win that round, and I'm really losing my temper. So I'm
still are,
imagining
yeah.
if that was Trump going, she said,
But
she
she
leaned in my ear, she said, "You're the favourite, you're the best." I said,
Out of
"I
anyone in
agree."
the world, I think Greg would have a chance of quietening him.
That is true.
In his arena.
Yeah, but it would be, because Greg definitely has that kind of fatherly thing. Like, it feels like Greg could make Trump cry.
Yeah.
And Trump going, I don't know what I've done. It all got out of hand, Greg.
I'd love to see that.
It got out of hand.
I mean, I don't want him tainting this. This isn't an official offer.
No, sure.